Welcome to Gentoo. I'm Mackenzie Doherty, and this is your source for all things video game and tech related. Let's start things off with this week's up-and-coming releases. You can look forward to seeing these titles and many more released throughout the month on your favorite platforms. This week's releases are Bubsy, The Woolies Strike Back for the PC and PS4, Halloween. Cultist Simulator for the PC and tablets on Halloween. Call of Duty World War II for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One, November 3rd. .hack GU Last Recode for the PC and PS4, November 3rd. These games and many more will be releasing throughout the month, so be sure to keep an eye out for them. Up next, check out What Happened With.
Hello, I'm officially out of money and living on the streets, and welcome to this special episode of What Happened With. This week we're looking at what happened with the video game industry and why microtransactions and downloadable content are so prevalent in today's video game market. So it's a common theme online to see people going, I can't believe the new Call of Duty for having loot crates, rabble. But a lot of the time people just get mad and never really take the time to think why this system has been added to so many games. To truly understand microtransactions, we need to first go back in time to the year 1983, to the Great Video Game Crash. The Great Video Game Crash happened because of a flooded console and game market, meaning more product was sitting on the shelves rather than being sold. This, along with inflation that took place in the 1970s, led to the failure of the US video game market. The market was so bad that when Nintendo wanted to release a console in the US, they had to package it as a toy rather than a home gaming computer. Due to the gaming crash of '83, modern video game companies have been charging the same price for games for the last 20-ish years. And since it's getting more and more expensive to make games, companies have now had to find ways to recoup their losses. At first it was small, the price of consoles going up and different peripherals being sold as extra attachments for the consoles. But that all changed with the advent of online connectivity for game consoles. The next thing that started being charged for was access to online multiplayer. After that, game developers realized they can add extra content and update games remotely. And with that idea came the birth of downloadable content, more commonly known as DLC. DLC often includes expansion packs, such as more maps or more missions in the game, and additional content, such as exclusive equipment, special shiny things that you can get for your character in the game. DLC was the industry standard for a while in the early 2000s. Map packs for shooter games were often essential to turn a profit. Due to a public backlash at the fact that if you didn't own a map pack, then you wouldn't be able to find as many matches in the game, the game developers had to find a new way to make money post-release. Enter the mobile market. When mobile gaming entered the market, a new way for developers to make money was created in the form of microtransactions. With a microtransaction, you pay for an in-game item that changes the way you play the game. These microtransactions are often cosmetic upgrades or a boost in the game of some sort, such as a boost to experience or a special weapon. Many people get upset about DLC and microtransactions because they paid for the game when it first came out at full price of $60 plus sale tax, and then they ask for even more money in the game, and that just leaves a bad taste in the mouth of the players. People feel like the games they play should have everything they want from the start. But here's why you shouldn't get mad at games that are having in-game purchases. The price of games hasn't changed since the 90s, but the price of making games has gone up exponentially. Game devs have had to find a way to make up the difference and hopefully turn a profit. The other issue that exists is even though you may hate microtransactions and you swear you will never use them, many people do pay for in-game content. Many people don't have the time to grind to unlock all the items in the game and are willing to pay for the easy way of unlocking these in-game items. Not only that, but if a game doesn't turn a profit, usually that will lead to the game concept being scrapped as a whole. That's the reason why so many games are getting HD remasters, not because nostalgia for the game is so high, but because in the past those games were extremely successful, and most likely will be successful again. These old games are safe bets for developers, rather than risking everything on a new idea. So what happened with video games? The game industry decided not to change the price of games even though it's gotten more expensive to make games. So they've had to find new ways to turn a profit on these games. I've been Nathaniel, and you're watching Gentoo.
Thanks, Nathaniel. Microsoft has stopped production of the Kinect. Originally created for the Xbox 360 and marketed as the Wii Killer, the Kinect combined multiple types of cameras and motion sensors to create a motion control experience with no controller. Fans praised its facial recognition skills and voice controls. Critics called it an oversized Sony iToy with bad controls. Regardless of your opinion, Microsoft has been slowly de-emphasizing the Kinect since it started selling cheaper console bundles without the accessory in 2014. An adapter was needed to use a Kinect on the Xbox One S, and voice controls have been mostly phased out in favor of Cortana commands. No doubt, Microsoft has moved on to bigger VR and AR fish with HoloLens and other projects. While some niche applications and research opportunities may miss the Kinect sensor, Microsoft seems to have finally accepted that core gamers won't. We will continue after some commercials, but first, here's Insight on eSports.
I'm Sean Nino, and this is Insight on eSports. Over the past week, one of the biggest upsets this year in Counter-Strike Global Offensive occurred at Epicenter. FaZe Clan took the map Mirage over Virtus Pro in dominating fashion 16-2. Virtus Pro came back strong and won Cobble 16-11, and in the third and final map, Virtus Pro won 16-13 on Inferno. Virtus Pro moves on to the semifinals and will face G2 Esports. The other semifinals match will include SK Gaming and Astralis. The Overwatch World Cup will resume Friday, November 3rd with quarterfinals. United Kingdom will square off against Sweden, Canada will then face Australia, China will have the opportunity to battle France, and in the final quarterfinals matchup, South Korea and the United States match up. The semifinals will be played after all of the quarterfinal matchups have concluded. On Saturday, November 4th, the third place game will happen, and then the finals will take place and one country will claim dominance in Overwatch. The Overwatch League will be starting next year, and over the past few weeks, more team names have been announced. We have the Dallas Fuel and San Francisco Shock. New additions to the list are the Boston Uprising, the Los Angeles Valiant, and the Shanghai Dragons. Many other team names are rumored, but could be announced soon. The League of Legends World Championship 2017 is still going on, and looking at the quarterfinals matchups that occurred, I predicted SK Telecom T1 would have a fairly easy match against Misfits Gaming. The match didn't disappoint, with SKT winning 3-2 in one of the best series of the year. Royal Never Give Up and Fnatic went along the lines I expected, with RNG securing the 3-1 victory. This sets up RNG versus SKT in the semifinals. This is Korea's best versus China's best. With Worlds being held in China, I'm going to pick RNG to win a very close 3-2 match. North America's last hope, Cloud9, battled Team World Elite. My heart told me to pick Cloud9, but my brain told me World Elite. In this match, my brain was victorious over my heart, and WE won 3-2. In this semifinals match, Samsung Galaxy will try their hand at getting back to the finals after last year's loss to SKT. The only team standing in their way is World Elite. I expect this match to be a 3-2 victory for Samsung.
Helps us socialize, it helps us get across campus.
I really enjoy the community that was growing and the types of people that I've gotten to meet and the connections there.
And in some general esports news, Varsity Collegiate Esports began in 2014 when Robert Morris University in Illinois announced a scholarship-sponsored League of Legends team. Since then, the scene has ballooned to include around 50 programs, with a national governing body known as the National Association of Collegiate Esports as the main home for most of these organizations. My question to you is, would you enjoy an esports program for your school? That wraps up this week's Insight on Esports. I'm Sean Nino. Let's send it back to Gentoo.
Welcome back to Gentoo. I'm your host, Mackenzie Doherty, and you just saw Insight on eSports. Now it's time for NWIRL, where we'll take a look at some of the nerd culture right here in Maryville.
Hello and welcome to NWIRL. I'm Justin Wood, and this is the show where we meet you, the nerds, right here on Northwest Campus. Let's jump right in to meet this week's featured nerd.
Hi, I'm Mariah Frederick, and I'm the president of the Northwest Missouri State Anime Club. So I actually got interested in anime when I was really young. I was sick and in the hospital a lot, and my mom one day rented me some Studio Ghibli films, and I was so hooked on them. They were so magical, and they kind of gave me hope at that time, and I was hooked ever since. I actually got involved when I transferred here in my freshman year. I was looking to see if there was an anime club. I'd been part of an anime club since middle school. So I went onto Bearcat Link and I looked it up and I was like, perfect. So for half of our meetings, every other week we'll actually sit and vote on anime to watch. The other half will do activities like so far we played some Ninja, which is really, really popular. We also have played Anime Jeopardy, and 2 weeks ago we did a cosplay workshop. We cover basically everything, both Eastern and, American anime, whatever you want to call it. We're pretty inclusive. We don't like to, say, oh, that's not anime. It's really calm and relaxed. It's more like just a big group of friends hanging out in the dark. My favorite moment is probably just overall meeting all these new friends that I have, and also going to the big events like NakaCon in Kansas City. We go together, and that's a lot of fun. Basically, I want people to feel like they're not alone, like in their nerdiness. Like, there's no shame in being a nerd. It pays to be a nerd. I just want them to feel included and feel like, they have a place with us. At the end of November, we're planning on having AniCon, which is a little mini anime convention. It'll be on Friday and Saturday, and we're just gonna have panels, watch some anime. It'll be fun. So we actually have a Facebook page called the Northwest Missouri State University Anime Club. You just go on, request to be part of the group. Someone will approve you within about 2 minutes, and then you instantly have access to everything we have coming up. I'm Mariah Frederick, and you're watching Gentoo.
Thanks, guys. If you, your event, or your organization want to be featured on NWIRL, you can message us on Facebook or email respawn@knwt8@gmail.com with the subject line NWIRL. If you're nervous about security, Google may have you covered. The Alphabet Company is rolling out a new opt-in profile setting called Advanced Protection that is designed to be the end-all, be-all of user data protection. The protection is designed to require sign-ins on computers to include the insertion of a USB key, while mobile devices would require a similar Bluetooth dongle. It will also scan documents more aggressively for malware and require users who lost their key, forget the password, or have similar login issues to jump through more hoops than ever to recover their data, in hopes of preventing intruders from abusing that system. These measures are specifically designed to deter attacks on high-profile users, even to the point of protecting against state-sponsored attacks on governmental leaders. Now, we'll head over to Talk Nerdy to Me, our love letter to games you may not have heard of. Hello and welcome to Talk Nerdy to Me. I'm Mackenzie Doherty and I'm here with
Gavin Ragland.
All right, Gavin, what are we going to be talking about today?
We're going to be talking about the PS2 classic Shadow of the Colossus. It was remade for the PS3, and then they are remaking it for the PS4 as well, and I decided to talk about it.
All right, so what's the game about?
The plot of the game is you are a young man whose girlfriend has recently died, and you've stolen an ancient sword and a bow to go to a forbidden land so that you can bring her back. You make a deal with essentially a god and have to defeat 16 very large bosses to get through.
So you do eventually get her back then after you defeat the bosses?
Well, I'm not going to spoil the ending for you.
Understandable.
But there is a somewhat happy ending.
Okay. So other than that, is there any other objective to the game other than getting your dead girlfriend back?
There are some submissions. You can pick up fruits and get lizards, which are the only enemies other than these massive colossus to help power you up through the game. The real meat of the game comes from having to fight these giant monsters by climbing around the environment and on them themselves. It makes for a really interesting dynamic where you have to climb up the boss just to be able to fight it.
Interesting. So is there a lot of different kind of like side quest type of things to them, or is it just pretty straightforward?
It's pretty straightforward. A lot of it comes from you actually have to find them, and you use the sword to do that. You have to use sunlight to point the way. It has a lot of very Japanese influences in that, where we don't get a lot of it. And generally it gives you hints at the beginning before you go and fight each boss. But it's up to you to find it through the entire empty world and then figure out how to beat it.
So it's a pretty small world then?
The world is actually fairly large, but it's very empty. They did it because it's supposed to be a forbidden land. It has a lot of ancient ruins, but not a lot of things other than small creatures, some turtles, some doves, some things like that.
So since it's being kind of like remastered and remade, how has the game kind of like aesthetically like looked previously, and is it going to kind of stay the same now, or?
With the remake, they're hoping to do a major HD remake, but the music really holds up more than anything. Just a lot of really decent music for big boss battles, very big music. Aesthetically, it hasn't held up the best. PS2 era graphics don't exactly work nowadays so well.
Yeah, so it's more based on like making the music sound amazing and all that.
Right, absolutely. The music is on point for the game. The aesthetic for looks is going to hopefully be remade a little bit.
So what's your favorite part of the game, real quick?
I would say probably about the third boss. It's actually the second boss, probably. It's a very large creature, and you have to shoot its feet to get it to kneel down before you can actually attack it and get to like its vital areas.
All right, that's all we have time for this week. Check out Talk Nerdy to Me every Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Thank you for watching Gentoo. I'm Mackenzie Doherty. Stay tuned for Project Delta, where bad games go to die and good games get played badly. Gentoo and Delta air each week, Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. And you can watch our content online at facebook.com/Gentoo8 and on KNWT's YouTube page.
Hello and welcome to Project Delta. I'm your host, Nathaniel.
And I'm Mikey.
And this week we're trying something different. Neither of us have played this game, so we're just going to play it together. There are necromorphs killing stuff on the screen right now.
Whoa.
Well,
hello.
we kind of found a scary game on, the scariest game we could find on our Xbox. I mean our hard drive. I mean our Xbox. So yeah, we're playing Dead Space. Mikey and I have never played Dead Space before. And Mikey, you should run. Right bumpers run. Right bumpers run.
Go.
Yeah. So,
I'm running for my life.
Background info we know. Game made by EA, came out a while ago.
Oh wait.
You fight space zombies.
Yeah, necromorphs, apparently they're called.
Yeah. And so yeah.
Oh, here they are. Hello.
You should probably get in the elevator. Don't die. Go down. X,
A,
Y.
B, O. No, that's inventory.
We are professionals here, consummate professionals.
Hey, here we go.
So is A the interact button?
I'm assuming.
Okay, good to know.
No.
You need to, yep.
He's dead.
Aww,
okay.
Sleepy baby now. Yeah.
It's definitely a, yeah.
Yeah, it's a horror survival.
It's an M-rated game.
Oh, of course it's an M-rated game. What else do we play on this? E10?
Yeah. You have a point.
Yeah. So
that door's locked. What's over here?
do you remember the button? I think it was like hold down triangle.
Well, it's Xbox.
Well, yeah, sorry, Y.
Yeah.
To like pull up your guide or whatever. Do you remember that?
Is it?
I hit the left bumper maybe. I don't know. Okay, don't pause it. All right, let's just
here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
here's a
sweet Metroid style map there. Metroid Prime style map.
Yeah.
One of the things I do love about this game, one of the things that I know about the game, is your health bar is that blue thing on your spine right there.
Okay, that's useful to know.
And it just
over here?
goes
What's
down,
this?
goes down. Hit A next to that, maybe. Open up a thing, maybe. I don't know. This is fun. Consummate professionalism.
Not the
here
Battlefield
at
again.
Delta. I think you need to find a thing.
Yeah.
Why don't you go into that room to your left over there?
Left?
Yeah, where that dead guy is.
I think you
have to
Can I get in there?
Yeah, walk around.
Oh, maybe a door? Here's a door.
Yeah, there's your plasma cutter.
Oh, here there.
Your plasma cutter is your go-to weapon because it can cut
fun.
arms off of
Are you alive? No, you're dead.
Did you just... Mikey, did you just say a bad?
No.
Okay, just checking, sorry. So now use your plasma cutter to,
Here?
I think, shoot that. Yeah, there you go, door's unlocked. The cool thing about the plasma cutter is, I don't know if you saw the tutorial, but you can switch it either way. And you can do horizontal cuts and vertical cuts, and how you kill most necromorphs is by cutting their arms off. I may know a little bit more about this game than I let on, but I've never actually played it, and I've only heard people talk about it, so I'm not really a valid source of information here.
Go over here and see if more enemies. Oh, that's the head.
Look at me, I'm Pele!
Okay, what's over here? More doors.
Welcome to door space, am I right?
Anyways, I believe right now we're on a crashing starship, basically.
Yeah, probably.
Based on the fact that we're...
Go back, you missed an item, and I think you can heal yourself by hitting X.
If I... Oh, did I do it?
Yeah.
I did it. That was A. But yeah.
Hit square. X. The controls are the same, all right? Yeah, so now we're back at full health, which is pretty good.
Okay. Unlock, please. Thank you. And we'll go through here. Here, shoot this. Nope.
Does this thing work? No? Shoot the things.
That's video game logic right there.
Yeah.
That's video game logic.
And go towards the dead things. Hello, friend. Hologram friend.
Are you okay?
I think you need to climb through. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm running
Man,
around.
there's probably some drama going on right now. Oh, you can actually see them right
Hello.
over there. Hello.
Hello.
Man, nothing's bad gonna crawl down from the vent and get you guys. Curse you, video game glass protecting enemies from my bullets. And so my friends die. Can you go in there?
Oh, hello.
Yeah. You need to find a data
data
board.
board, yeah.
So let's look through stuff. That is the plan.
What's over here?
Stan. I don't know. Can you go through that door? No, that door says stand by.
Stand by.
Don't just stand by the door though. Can you open up those chests like on the wall or anything? Everything's saying
what's
stand
this?
by.
Yeah,
Okay.
got the photo thing.
Yeah, stand by. Get a picture.
Photo booth.
Yeah, stand by. Take your selfie.
If I can get to the bridge, I should be
Oh wait, before selfies existed.
fix the tram.
2008. Selfies were starting.
I don't know.
I mean, the selfie stick didn't exist. Can you go hit that button up there?
Oh, hello.
Map hotkey, and then change objective. All right, so you probably need to go to your map and then change
Tram
your...
damage to repair. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably... Ooh, there was a sweet girly mag on the chair there.
We'll ignore that.
Yeah, just ignore that. But yeah, I'm gonna move through here.
Okay, more.
We have 0 objectives. Oh, hello, corpse.
Lovely. Absolutely lovely.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes it fun, you know, is just corpses everywhere. Makes it a good time.
I was to said open question mark?
Open? Cut off limbs, kill quickly,
Ooh.
dismember enemies to slow them.
Lovely.
Yeah, this game is family friendly. If I've ever seen a game that's family friendly. Okay, shoot that crate. Shoot the crate. That's how you get the stuff in there.
Hooray, we found something out.
Yeah.
I'm doing something. Oh, hello.
You're doing the stasis thing. You should run through that door.
I may die.
You should run through that door. You got this.
Ow.
Okay.
That hurt.
Yep, so that doesn't feel good. Stasis mode. So LT and then aim and fire. Stasis mode, you pick stuff up with 0 gravity. I remember that from what I know about the game.
I shot it.
Do you have any?
Maybe run out of ammo. That's good.
Can you hit like X to reload maybe? Hold, here, try holding left trigger. Yeah, there's your stasis.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
your stasis mode right there. So you need to recharge a bit because you're just using it up to hit that. So walk up to the other side of it.
Okay.
Yeah, and you need to recharge. All right, you're fully charged. Now quit hitting LT, and I think you need to move a body part out of there, if I'm not mistaken. Or move a body part in there, possibly. So
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, there. Exactly.
Hello.
Floating corpses. Aesthetic. That's always fun. Yeah, so
Let's go through here.
this game's supposed to have jump scares, but we're not really playing all that far right now. Oh, save. Sure, go to the very bottom one. There you go. Yeah, that's where we want to save. In the save slot 4. I don't know why I brought slaves into this. We're trying to be less racist, apparently. All right, so thank you for watching Project Delta. You can check out Delta and Gentoo Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. on KNWT Channel 8. Also, you can watch us on Facebook and YouTube. So yeah, stay tuned for more goodness. Bye. All right, so.